Is Tanmay Singh and Scout the same, or do you think Scout is different in some ways to Tanmay?
Yeah, to be honest, they are different completely because Scout is a guy who just needs to win, nothing else. He needs to become better from.
Are they hard
That's
to
really
combine the two?
Yeah, it's hard to combine because if I become Tanmay while I'm being Scout, then I won't be that competitive and I will lose the hunger to win.
I've got another question from our Instagram call out. With fame comes many perks, but also many challenges. What has changed the most since you blew up on the scene in PUBG?
The most thing that affected me was my personal life, which I learned later how to handle it. Because once you become famous, you cannot have your personal life publicly because every single guy out there has their own opinion about what you do in your personal life. So it's better to keep your personal and professional life completely different, far apart from each other, as much as you can. So yes, that's what I learned from my past experiences.
Was there a particular moment that really struck you where you noticed that difference, where you realized you had to be a bit more private, or is it just a gradual thing that happened over time?
No, it was a specific event in my life, but yeah, I would not prefer to talk it publicly. But yes, there was
Sure.
a really bad event with me, which made me realize, okay, now this is the time you need to keep your private and personal life completely different. Because I was
Yeah.
just a normal kid who was playing PUBG.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
and
I
that
hear
is
that.
such
Yeah.
a sorry. We all just wanted to get in on that and start talking about quickly mentioning something. I mean, it's such one of the big challenges for anyone who becomes a professional player is waking up to one day not only being someone who plays a game in their living room or in their bedroom, but actually being the voice of like thousands, sometimes millions of people, like in Scout's case, and having to switch from being someone who just plays games for fun and wanting to get better to suddenly being someone who represents a group of people is a really tough experience. And I think Scout is also in a way trying to become that person. He's very young still, but I think he's going to be one of the most important people in Indian esports in the coming years.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great sentiment there, Victor. I mean, it's no doubt that you're one of the biggest personalities within the scene in India. And you have expressed that, you want to separate that professional to that personal life, but still people want to know what you do in your everyday life. People want to know details about your personal life. And I have a very, very important question that came from Instagram. What is your favorite meal to eat? Can you reveal that?
We're asking the big questions now.
Yeah, so like right now I'm like not focusing on the eating part because I'm in a lockdown and I'm stuck in a different city right now. But yes, when I'm at home, I have my own diet plan what I follow to be fit and stuff. So I love fruits a lot, especially banana, then peanut butter and brown bread. I eat these three things a lot. So
It's a good
like it's
combination.
less. Yeah, yeah.
We could have asked, how do you create a diet that will make you win things? That is basically it. It's easy. If I could have guessed anything Scout eats on the daily, I would go exactly with those three things.
It's a pretty solid combo, to be
It
honest.
works breakfast, it
I
works dinner, it works all the time, honestly.
I would only
Dessert.
substitute the brown bread for like a rice cracker or a rice cake. That's the way I like to do it. But this isn't about
Yeah,
me. This is about you, Scout.
yeah, we can add. I sometimes add like boiled eggs and peanut butter. Yeah, it's fine. It does
Protein.
both.
Boiled eggs
Wow.
and peanut butter.
With
Okay,
the
I'm
This
bread,
gonna
is the
have to
voice
try
of a
obviously.
that one.
winner. Voice of a winner, this. There you go, Phil. You should get on the Scout diet. You're going to become an incredibly successful PUBG player, I promise you.
It does
All
sound like a
right. So
solid protein load up.
every shop is going to run out of peanut butter tomorrow. So after hearing this,
No.
Um,
Don't break lockdown. It's very important. Everyone don't rush to
yes,
the store now. This should not be what this turns into.
what Victor said.
Yeah.
Scout, I think I know the answer to this, possibly know the answer to this, but another one of our 10 questions. If you could be anything for one day, what job would you have? And if you weren't a professional gamer, what would you like to do as your regular job, as work? So what's the dream if you could experience one sort of job for a day? What's the total dream job? And then I guess what do you think you would be doing if PUBG Mobile hadn't taken off for you?
So one dream what I have, I want to play for Madrid once in my entire life. Soccer game, a 90-minute proper soccer game. That's it. And what I would do when PUBG goes off is I would go to different games. I'm not only made for PUBG. I'm made for games. So yes, I would go for different games.
Maybe FIFA.
I would love FIFA, but I'm not that great at it.
Well, I think we need to pair you up with Tex and maybe get an exhibition match going on. What do you think, Victor? Do you think we can make that
I
happen?
mean, we have been talking about putting him on a one-on-one sniper against JW or Flesha. So we'll see when we get that going. He is a decent Counter-Strike player, so I shan't lie to you.
Scout, are you playing anything outside of PUBG at the moment? Like anything off stream or just for fun to chill out?
Yeah, I play COD and CS obviously, and I've been trying Valorant.
What do you think of Valorant, actually?
Yeah, what's the first impressions?
It's pretty good. Like, yeah, obviously you need to grind that game.
That's 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
So
but
there's so much hype on this game.
No, that's good. Do you have any games? I've always wondered this. We usually speak about business and like our PUBG life, but Counter-Strike is still a shooter. Call of Duty is still a shooter. What like do you do? Do you ever play like a single player game? Like, have you ever been a guy who plays like?
Yeah, I love to play single player games, but in single player games there are certain parts where you have to solve the puzzles. Till then, after that, I don't do it. I skip it. I don't do those parts. I just do the shooting parts.
Wait, actually, it's the same.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Pete.
Nemesis is exactly our League of Legends mid laner. Also has trouble solving puzzles in single player games. Like Tomb Raider, he was streaming a Tomb Raider, this game, the other day, and he just couldn't solve the first puzzle, and he gave up.
I can also see Scout becoming like really he's like starting up a game and it's like, here's a character creation screen that's going to take you 15 minutes and you have to pick hair colors and you have to pick your name, and he's like, nah, I don't have time, I'm going to go shoot something. That's like, watch out.
No, there was a really lovely game, Uncharted 4. I started playing that, and suddenly with all the action comes a stupid puzzle. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this. I'm skipping this part. Someone please do this for me. I'm not doing this.
That's good. That's
there should be a puzzle skip mode that the devs roll out where you can just toggle puzzles on or off.
That's really good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question. It says, roll back the tape to a time where PUBG was just released. Do you remember your thoughts then? Do you think you'd go pro? And did you have a plan for how you were going to do it?
So at the time when PUBG got released, I knew about the game because I used to play Counter-Strike, and there was a game called PUBG that came in PC. So I didn't have a good PC, so I couldn't afford to play PUBG at that time. So I used to travel like once in a week to go and play PUBG. So I used to play different variety of games, which was relatable to PUBG in mobile, because I didn't have a good PC though. So I always wanted to win those big leaderboards what we had in PUBG way back then. So it was just one leaderboard where you can climb up slowly. So yeah, I had that one goal at that time. Dude, I need to get in that leaderboard. Then later, from when I got into that leaderboard, I started making friends from different countries. They started telling me about tournaments, and then I entered the pro scene.
Wow, cool.
From our Insta questions, and it's going to be an interesting one because kind of working at Fnatic, we all have our kind of specialist areas and our specialist games, but we keep an eye on all our players and everybody who's part of the team. So you've been on my radar a little bit, and you have a reputation for various different reasons for being an amazing player. But the question that we've been asked is, do you consider yourself a controversial player?
Yes, I do for some extent, because to be honest, I cannot stand if anything is being wrong in front of me. Yeah, if it's at my back, okay, I don't care. But yeah, if something is being done wrong, and obviously I won't be silent, or I won't be supporting that, and I will be raising voice now or in future. So
Do
yes,
you
I think
think?
it comes. Sorry.
yeah, sorry.
Do you
Yeah, I was saying
think?
that obviously I would be raising voice against the wrong things, and yeah, some people don't like it, some people love it, some people stay neutral. It's up to them though.
So do you think maybe it's fairer to say that you're an outspoken player rather than controversial because you're not doing it to deliberately get people annoyed or rile people up. You're being outspoken because, as you said, it's if you see something that you feel is wrong, you'll say it.
Yeah, you can say that.
I think it's also in a connection to when you go live, you become successful. A lot of people are going to start looking at you, and then either you want to stay true to yourself and be the person who speaks up and do your thing, and they really appreciate that. Like, you have to be honest and you have to be to the point when you're with the Indian fans and the gaming community there. Otherwise, they will quickly call bullshit on you. So
Yeah.
I think that's really important to learn, and I had to absolutely learn that when I started talking to you guys and we started working together. And as soon as this Corona thing is over and the COVID-19 is over, I'll be flying down and we'll have a big old party down in Mumbai. That's 100% sure.
Yeah, sure. Looking forward for
I want to come too.
Yes, Pete, you're invited.
I've never been to
Yeah.
India.
Can I get an invite, please?
Oh, Phil, that's how you get invited. Welcome.
Well,
Easy.
that's our 10 questions that we received. Scout, it's been genuinely great chatting